We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
All right, Jim. Jim says in Rob's comparison of Rtings, that's
Rtings, by the way.
Rtings, or like ratings, but without an A.
Without the
Rtings, review methodology versus David Katzmeyer's. Rob said David would do real-world multi-screen group testing. Looking at the photos associated with the Rtings reviews, near the bottom of the page, there is usually a photo of them doing similar real-world material group testing.
Mm-hmm.
What say you now, Rob?
Got
you cornered.
That is true. If I wanted to be no, I'm not even going to go into being super pedantic. It's not worth it. No, they do the group testing, and I'm very glad that they do. And I'm actually glad that this came back up because I wanted to readdress the whole Rtings versus Cnet a little bit, because the really important thing I want to stress is you have to read the reviews, right? A lot of times people look at the conclusions, or they look at the numbers that are included, but they don't actually read the whole review to get
a lot of words, dude.
to get what the reviewer was actually saying. And here's something that's really important, all right? Because this was basically coming up because David Katzenmeyer rated the Vizio P series at the top. He rated the Sony X930 series second best, and he rated the Samsung KS8000 series third best, in his opinion. But really importantly, right in the KS8000 summary, so you don't even have to read the whole review, it's right there in the summary, he says, I actually think the KS8000 from Samsung is the best choice in a well-lit room because it got the brightest and it has a really good anti-reflective screen. So if you have a bright room, that's the one to go with. Now, over at Rtings, they seem to value the high light output. And actually, I don't know if this is how they actually view all of these screens together, but that's a really well-lit room they're in right now. And David Katzenmeyer, if you read his reviews, stresses that he watches in a really dim room, not quite pitch black, but a really dim room. And he values black level performance and low light level performance more than bright light level performance. And that's what the way I watch. That's what I also value, which makes sense. That's why my opinions probably line up more commonly with his. Whereas Rtings seems to value really bright output. And if this is actually how they compare in this well-lit room, totally makes sense. And in fact, David would agree if that were the setting. He's like, yeah, the KS8000 was the best choice in a well-lit room. So I hope people will, once again, I'm like, if someone rates something number one and something else number two, and the other person rates the first thing number one, and the second thing number two, like, that's really not the end of the world. There's actually quite a good consensus there. So, yeah, there you go. Take it all in, all the information.
If you don't completely line up with my beliefs, Rob,
then you are wrong.
Then what am I supposed to do other than threaten your life?
Yeah.
And track down your real address and send you
I know, right?
Threatening email, actual snail mail that would send a normal person to prison. Rob?
Yeah. I know it's tough.
Send you pictures of your house or your apartment or whatever it is that you live
tough to
at.
be that reasonable. But, I'm Canadian.
I have a lot of anger, Rob, and I have to place it someplace. And if you don't start saying Rtings is the best thing ever, I'm coming to find you. Someone told me to stop yelling. Is that last podcast?
I'm pretty sure that was Jim.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, Jim. Sorry to your dog, Jim.
Sorry, Jim's dog. I love you.
Jim's dog.
Jim's dog. I am a dog person, too. So I don't want to scare Jim's dog, but Jim's dog needs to man up. Stop being such a wuss. Dog just gave a dog a complex. I feel bad about that. I'm going to get over it. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com.
Let it go. Every night
This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.